Boy, do I need a haircut. Anyway, today we're talking about the legacy of Little Richard. Woo! All right, it's Jim Walsh online and on the air, maybe somewhere along the way. If you're moved in any way by what you're hearing here, respond accordingly below. And do hope you will subscribe and click the bell for further notifications. We'll drop another one later on this week. Yeah, the wife is out shopping, and I'm getting ready to foray into Barnes & Noble here. My first visit to any real store in about 2 months. Yeah, I got my mask here. I'm ready to roll. But I want to talk a little bit about Little Richard. He passed away over the weekend. He was 87 years young. Richard Penniman from Macon, Georgia, the Georgia Peach. The Bronze Liberace, as he referred himself. One of the founding fathers. Actually, he was one of the founding fathers of the founding fathers. I mean, he was shaking his booty out there when Elvis was still mowing lawns in Memphis. You know what I mean? And he was one of the original of the originals. He was the founder of the founders, so to speak. Everything he said about himself, well, some of it was true. He actually was one of the grand old masters, as he himself was all too eager to point out on many occasions. My favorite Little Richard song was The Girl Can't Help It, which is from that movie. Now, Richard didn't write that song. It was written by a guy named Bobby Troup, who was actually not a rock and roll songwriter. He was an old school songwriter. His best known record was Get Your Kicks on Route 66. He wrote that for Nat King Cole. But Bobby Troup wrote that song, and Richard's interpretation, of course, was inimitable. When she walks by, the men folks stand and roast. When she winks an eye, the brass lights turn to toast, which I assume means they raise their glasses. They didn't all just turn into burnt bread or something weird like that. Anyway, the thing I always really liked about Little Richard, the thing that made him stand out in my mind, was the masterful way in which he blended the sacred and the profane. Rock and roll, or rhythm and blues at the beginning that is very much what it was about. It was that combination of the religious fervor, the catharsis of gospel, with the more down and dirty urgings of the blues. You combine the two, you get rhythm and blues. The blues had a baby, and they called it rock and roll. I mean, listen to Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti was a song about getting booty. And I mean booty in the most literal sense, as in entrance from the rear. You know what I mean? I think you do. But the arrangement was gospel. He was like he was singing Praise Jesus and Give me some booty, baby. At the same time, he was walking that line. He was a master at it. You know, even though he never really grew as an artist, he never really had to. He was what he was. He was Little Richard. And we will always love him and remember him for that. I'm going to go home today and listen to some Little Richard. Can't help it. The girl can't help it. You should too. Make you feel happy. Your comments, as always, welcomed and appreciated.